Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday Culture Review, or good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching. If you're watching the replay, you're watching in real time. Thanks for being here. Of course, we have some folks that will be joining us throughout, and people dropping throughout the stream. So this will be kind of exciting. We have 4 members of the incredible Geek Time Television, and we will get to them in just a moment. Geek Time TV is a fun channel that I am a subscriber to. I enjoy popping in there and saying hi to everybody, and they actually had me on one time, which I was grateful to be there. So, but let's get started with everybody and just say a quick hi to those that showed up early, like Just Another Redshirt, who's also a mod here. Thank you, sir. We have Apollo Patriot, Elagabalus. Hey, what's going on? Wes Moody, of course, is on the panel, and he's in the chat. I want to say thank you to Wes Moody early for the super sticker that he gave us right at the beginning. So thank you for that, my friend. And it's unnecessary, as you know, but hey, I like it. It's a happy smiley face. So
I just did it to see if you'd do the face. There you go.
We've got Six. Thank you for being here, Six. Mirrors Here's Origin. He'll be joining us here shortly in just a couple minutes. Low Sync Linux Laptop is out there. We have Tina Bojan. And, of course, Dragon King 27 Runner and Kaylee Chow. The John Beck is here. What's going on? Haven't seen you in a couple. We've got Dave Myers. What's up, Dave? Thanks for being a member, friend. And Brutal Morning Wood. So, we've caught up there with all of the lovely humans that have been in the chat. Now we can say hi to our panelists, including the ever lovely AFK Bard, who was a creator of a great birthday event or video, I should say, for our friend Thomas Gilkey. AFK, how are you doing today?
Bonjour. I would say it was more of a from a producer standpoint, because you did like all of that, like physical, like piecing that stuff together and making it actually look like something. So
editing's easy. You were the one that got all the voices, so you did a great job. So you were the director and producer and the whole nine. So take credit when it's due.
That and also thank you everybody who did put something out there. That was super awesome. It looked like Thomas had a pretty fun stream from what I was able to catch from it. I had a family obligation, so I was kind of screening the chat when his birthday video was up and had it muted. And coincidentally, my 11-year-old niece peeked in on her YouTube channel, and right when ABC entered the chat, I was like, don't pay any mind to the names of the people in the chat. And she's like, what, like that guy? So thanks, ABC. You made my night.
Well, I'm glad that you put all of that together, and it was a fun stream. I was on there right at the beginning before I had to go and fulfill another obligation, because I seem like I travel around on the weekends to various channels. But I'm so glad that Thomas has the support that he does, because he deserves it. He's the heart and soul of the community, so that was a lot of fun. All right, guys, let's get to our guest panelists. We're going to do all 4 of them first before we move on to our regulars. And, of course, we're going to start with Keith, who's going to introduce everybody on the team from Geek Time TV. What's going on there, Keith?
Well, Culture, thanks for having us on, and you're always welcome on our channel. The key is under the mat for you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you.
Directly below me is Mr. Delta 6, Edson Gomes. Below him is the famous JuddaBudda.
What's up? What's up?
He who has the Mojo, the mascot.
Yeah, he's running around at the moment.
Got a ferret running around there. And then to the Wait,
left.
I'm so bad at this. That way.
You're right.
There it is, over
It
there
is
on
left.
that side of Jude. It would be Spoiler Pete, Peter Bradley.
Hello there. How goes everybody?
Man, I think it goes well, and thank you for that. Keith, tell everybody about your channel real quick, because you do a lot of stuff. I didn't know you even did sports. That was kind of fun to drop in on.
Yeah. Well, the idea, I don't want to get into this long drawn out history of anything, but the idea was kind of put together a crew, like a pre-assembled, turnkey crew that we've all known each other for quite some time, and kind of just populate the channel and grow it quickly with a whole bunch of different stuff, because everybody brings something different to the table. Like Jude's more of a gamer than I am, and Edson and I like sports, and Pete is into like Godzilla and all this kind of and horror and things like that, and do live streams in between, and just kind of try to grow it as fast as we can. And we started with 10, we're down to what, 4, 5? But that was kind of the idea. Like, invite anybody I knew who wanted, do whatever you want. I'm not going to control.
You ended up with a really nice core. I think we're only missing one.
Stacy.
Yeah, Stacy. Yeah, she's awesome. You guys, like I said, when I drop into those shows, I really dig it. So, it's you guys operate things, the way I like it, which is very comfortable and relaxed.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Not terribly hyperbolic. So, and of course, if any of you would like to introduce yourselves individually, other than the grand introduction you got from Keith there, Edson, anything you want to promote? Talk about?
Well, I love being here. Thank you for inviting me. And I wanted to say your stuff is awesome. Your 6 minute daily. That was such a great idea. And I listened to those, and right on with, I think Fridays you pretty much told me the same thing as I thought of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And the one thing you brought up was the Warner Brothers, formula of working with both going on their channel, on their streaming channel and theater. Even though I was against it, you're right, it is working for them.
Yeah, it really is. That was very much a surprise, but it did. I mean, and the numbers came out in their favor, not just from money, but from subscribers. So good for them, absolutely. And of course, JuddaBudda, my friend.
I'm sorry I'm late, but thanks for inviting us on. I can't wait to talk some pop culture with you guys.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. We have one primary thing to talk about, and then a secondary, and then we'll see where the road takes us. Because usually we get into 2 things, and we can't get any further because it takes a long time. And then, of course, obviously, Spoiler Pete. Anything that hits your fancy? You want to say anything amazing other than you have a cool T-shirt?
Why, thank you. Yes, I have. Edson and I have similar tastes here in our shirts. Yeah.
Actually, I'd like to point out that Pete designed the logo, and I got a message from Justin Normie last night. Pete, he loves the logo.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
I am available for sale and for bar mitzvahs.
Hey, there's Stacy.
There's Stacy. She's here. She made it.
Yay. Well, I'm so glad. Yeah, she's welcome to come in. We're going to be rotating folks, because we're going to have some folks leave and stuff like that. So,
there's the Geek Time mascot.
It's a cool mascot.
Mojo.
Yeah, he's very cool.
I like Mojo. Is he going to be designed into a shirt too?
Yeah,
maybe. Good idea.
I'm with that idea.
I'm working on Bear Dog merchandise right now at request of my viewers. So, guys, I mean, you never work with animals or kids, right? Because you always are overshadowed. So, just unfortunately. But hey,
why do we work with Jude?
That's so awesome. Yeah,
it starts.
Yep. It was a ferret, the John Beck. Absolutely, cute little ferret. Yep, absolutely.
Mojo,
guys. Very, very cool. And yep, I'm glad I'm not the only one that ferret jump into stream today. No. They're a lot of fun. They just wouldn't cooperate with my little bear dog. Let me tell you that. And there's lasso of truth. Hey, what's going on? All right, let's get into some of our regular panelists in the very center square. The person that the person that makes it all move when they're there, of course, is Vigilante Williamson. What's up?
Oh boy. Wait, Vigilante Williamson on the first episode of the Culture Sunday Review that I've been on in a while. Feeling good. I can't stay the whole episode. Can't really stay that long, unfortunately. But yeah, it's feeling good to do the show and meet everybody. This is real cool.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and these will give you some other folks to collaborate with and all of that. So, we will add, of course, another guest here that's in the back room here in just a moment. We also have Makini 90 immediately below me, one of the artists of the Rogue Entertainment group. We're actually forming an artist group within Rogue Entertainment now that are going to do some art stuff. So it's very cool. Not only that, not just an artist, but a creator in and of himself. His own channel. He does a lot of time lapse stuff. He does his own live stream that is, starts up here pretty soon. And he also, obviously, he also is a moderator for many and most, if not all, of the Rogue Entertainment channel. So Makini 90, what's up, my friend?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. My name is Makini 90, artist and illustrator, and we welcome you to the Sunday Culture Review for the week of April 28th, 2021. So happy to be here, as always, with the regular panelists, CultureCasino, Vigilante Williamson, Westmead Webcast, and AFK Bard, as well as the first time being an honor to be with the cast of GeekTime TV, one of the biggest supporters within our community as well. It's happy to be here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Makini, and we really do appreciate everything that you do, my friend, because you do an awful lot yourself. And of course, we have one of my partners in crime, for the most part, somebody that I hang out with incredibly regularly, that I feel privileged to know personally, and the creator of the Conspiracy Guy Chronicles. We have our future Joe Rogan, Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast. What's up, Wes?
Hey everybody, good morning, and thanks for having me on. What an amazing panel. The best panel for the best chat on YouTube. I am Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast, and I talk about current events, pop culture, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and I vlog about whatever the heck I want to because it is my webcast. Good to be here on Sunday. I am currently working on my animated series on a separate channel called the Conspiracy Guy Chronicles. You can see Conspiracy Guy there. His eyes are burning into my soul right now, and he's saying, "Why haven't you finished the first episode yet?" And I don't have an answer.
Well, I'm sure you have an answer. You're a very busy person. Real life gets in the way. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why it takes a long time to animate stuff.
Yeah. Also, this is my first attempt ever animating anything, so I'm starting completely from scratch, and there's a learning curve. So sorry, Conspiracy Guy. You will come to life soon.
All right. Well, I can't wait. I've been looking forward to it a long time. I've gotten some special previews of the stuff you're working on. I think you're dialing in your pacing. I'm pretty excited. Plus, there's a lot for Conspiracy Guy to catch up with. There really is. So, and last but not least, and someone who has been absent for quite a while, and then shows up, and a lot of it's because he's a new dad. I think he's muted at the moment. Is our friend the Mirosphere Origins? What's up, Mirosphere?
Hello, everyone. I'm not a new dad. This is just my fifth. So.
Well, okay, newly recast as father in infant rearer. I don't know what's the right terminology.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Try to get something to survive for a year so that it can be viable afterward. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys call that? Parent? You already were a parent.
He's a father of a newborn. He's not a new father.
There you go. Thank you, VW.
Yeah. He's back there doing. Just got him settled down. So hopefully he stays settled down for a while. But yeah, how's everybody going?
Really good. I guess you're done with part 1 of your book. You're working on part 2?
Yeah, I'm editing the last chapter of part 1 on Grammarly, and then I'll send you Culture what I got done, so you can check it out.
Excellent. I can't wait to read it. I'll be happy to give you some thoughts and feedback. I tend to be overly supportive, so it might seem very glowy. So just be prepared for that. All right, very good. And then of course we have everybody that's here now, but we also have some other folks that'll be popping in here shortly. So let's go ahead and get going with our first subject, and I want everybody's opinion on this right out the gate. Everybody in the chat, guys, thank you for being here again. We have so many of you here. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit the like button. There's 40 of you here hanging out. Be sure to check out our guests, GeekTime TV, as well. They're awesome. And hi, Dexy Doodle. I saw you pop in and sneak in here. All right, so let's get going. Let's talk about about something that used to be a big deal. People used to host parties. It was an event. It was something that you would go to and watch. And I'm not talking about the Super Bowl. I'm talking about
Game of Thrones.
Oscars.
Oh no,
the Oscars.
No, nothing.
Is this still a thing?
Bill, it's been a long time since I've seen one.
I genuinely forgot this was on.
I did
hate
too.
To say that.
Yeah, and that's a real shame because I mean it is tonight, right? It's at 8
is it?
Oh, it's tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
My level of apathy is such that I had no idea.
Didn't one of us ask were the names out? Like we thought it was coming up like in the future. Like
I thought it was already over.
I thought it was like something that it was like in May or something they were going to do it. We were just talking about the names. It's on tonight. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that we used to. Like I said, we used to all get together. We used to talk about it. It used to be a water cooler thing for many of us, especially those of us who really are cinephiles, right? The people that love to see films.
Yeah. And we all wanted
Right now, the only thing that we are that we're hearing about, at least property-wise, is Nomadland, right? I mean, is there anything aside from that because of the buzz it got from the international or the Spirit Awards or the Globes or any of that other stuff? All the precursors, because BAFTA wasn't anything impressive. If I know a lot of people don't know what that is, but I mean, is there any film you can think of that?
I don't know what the. I really honestly don't know. Have no idea what made it to the Oscars. Like, only thing I know is like Bill Maher ripped into it a while back about saying like all the films that was nominated are all depressing.
Yeah, he said he wants to take a bath with a toaster.
Well, he wasn't wrong. His statement was brilliant. I just want to acknowledge Atlantean's $2 super chat says hail culture. Well, hail to you, Atlantean, and hail to everybody on this panel, of course.
Hail the Atlantean.
And for those of you that showed up a little later than normal, it's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. But we are, like I said, this is. I'm going to start with AFK, and then I'm going to work down through all the Geek Time folks because you guys, this is in your wheelhouse. So let's start with AFK. AFK. Are you interested in the Oscars? Are you gonna watch this thing? Do you care? I mean, I guess those are the three main questions, right?
My level of interest has waned over the last like 4 or 5 years, I'd say. I had reached the point where I was indifferent and I completely had forgotten the Oscars existed. However, YouTube started pimping it and pushing it in ads on almost every video that I was watching for like the last week. And I got to the point where I'm actually angry at the Oscars now because the video advertising that they're using is really belittling if you think about it, because it's just a collection of quote unquote fans of the movies dressing up and acting out these scenes of these, like, it just feels like hero worship. Like they're pushing, remember how much you love our things, come watch this new special thing. Like they're trying to push like this new interactive like idea, and it just like they actually got me to be angry at them in under a week. So that's kind of where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people join you in that. Okay, let's Keith, I'm going to let you direct traffic for everybody in your crew.
Oh, okay. I'll go last then.
Okay.
No one wants to hear my freaking opinion.
No.
I think for me it's always the host. I mean, isn't it always like you always want to know who the host was going to be?
Yeah.
Do they do that anymore? I mean, I don't even know if they host it or anybody hosts it. What do they do? I haven't watched it in so long.
Didn't they do like a hostless ceremony last year or something like that? Or am I thinking of another ceremony? Because they all kind of blend together.
There was one where Kevin Hart was canceled. Is that hostless?
Yeah, I think that ended up being
that was the one. Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. They're all afraid of what they're going to say, and
right.
Your host is going to say, "Am I going to get canceled for just making?"
Have Ricky Gervais host every show.
I was just going to say,
I agree.
Ricky Gervais would be a reason to watch.
Well, the 2019, the awards that he hosted, those were the most memorable that we've seen.
The last one,
yeah.
I always feel the host sells it. If it's a bad host, it's going to be a bad Oscar.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
I put on his monologue still from YouTube every time I'm feeling down, just to get a good laugh because he hit it right on the head and he was funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But culture, I think you hit it right on the head that we used to this was an event that we used to all get together. I remember when Keith and I were like maybe late teens, early 20s, we'd get together over a friend's house and we'd all know what movies were coming up and we'd all be discussing it and having our picks to see who the best one was. And it's been like at least 20 years since we've done that. And I honestly didn't even know it was on tonight. And I went over the list of the movies and it was like, I haven't watched any of them yet.
Yeah, and that I think Keith just said. I think Bill Maher hit the nail on the head. It's like these are movies to slit your wrists by. So just it wasn't nothing. There wasn't anything that was going to lift your spirits. But I don't know, Pete.
Yeah, I've got the list of all the nominees here, and it's just okay. Borat is in there. Yay. My favorite category for visual effects, I'm looking at it like not overly excited. I mean, Tenet should definitely get something because it was practical effects, but it won't.
Did anybody nominate Sonic? Because I would want that to win.
Yes.
No, that's not, Sonic doesn't seem to be on the list at all.
No.
Really? That's probably you're right about
Mank
that.
has got a lot going for it, but I can see it not getting a lot of wins tonight.
I just feel like I need to wiki all these movies because some of them I don't even know.
I have a hot take. So I'm looking at a different list. I'm looking at like the list of all the best actors all time. I didn't know they didn't do one last year. I promise you on everything. It says 2021. I'm like, they didn't even do one last year. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
Now. I was this many days old when I realized they didn't do one last year.
I haven't watched an Oscar show since like 1997 because I see the whole thing as a fraudulent event where you pay to play. And when Titanic beat films like Boogie Nights and LA Confidential, I'm like, this is just bullshit.
Yeah, Weinstein was the guy that created the current Oscar culture, and because a lot of people don't know that, but I mean,
it's kind of gotten around. You might say he assaulted the entire entertainment industry.
Oh, yeah. I see what you did there.
I wouldn't go that far, especially with some people with a huge history of people praising HW, especially one of them, a regular Oscar regular, calling him God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
But he was very hands-on to the culture, yeah.
He really was. Yeah. Dadman Walking brings up a suggestion. They should have the attendees sit in garbage cans instead of chairs.
There you go.
I think that would make it more interesting. Yeah. Remember that because of COVID, so many movies that were supposed to be released over the past year have been on hold, which is true. But are they better films, or are they more films to
a lot of them are genre films that don't get nominated anyway, except for music or special effects. The Academy's never been kind to genre.
Mm-hmm. No, that's right.
Can I just be this super normie and ask, why do we really need all of the extra? I know it. I mean, I get the idea that we're crediting, when where credits due. But as far as like the people who want to watch and see these certain things winning, I think that they're kind of losing the aim by adding all of this stuff in different categories that people just don't care about, or they're just not interested in, like when you think about statistically speaking, like if you ask someone on the street, maybe one person is going to know all or any of what's going to be on the Oscars, but like back in the day, it was like best picture, best actor, best, actress, best whatever. But
best supporting.
Yeah, and it's just now it's like the best foreign interpretational animated film.
Interpretive
like,
dance.
Oh boy, I remember all three of those.
Yeah, I would think to pad the runtime, because if they only went with the categories that they thought people really cared about, then they'd only have like a 45-minute award show.
Well, and that's
that'd probably be better.
They have a separate award show for like the creators and stuff separately, like all the like additional stuff. So it's like they're not even really celebrating the right people if you think about it. It's just like the big names and faces. It's
I think maybe we need a different award show for like the key grips and the camera people. You know, that seems like that would be more interesting. Have like a kegger in a garage somewhere.
That would be awesome, you know, because honestly, we all know how film productions work, and the down to earth human beings are the people behind the camera. They're not the ones in front of it.
Yes.
So, and those people are the hardest working human beings in the universe. So, we have a guest that's trying to join us. So at this point, where are we at with your timing, VW?
I could probably cycle out if you like.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to mention very quickly?
Just very quickly, I can't remember who mentioned it, but he said the Oscars hadn't been relevant since '97. I looked at the list since the last time I cared about the Oscars, except for 2014 where I wanted Michael Keaton to win, was like the mid 2000s. This thing had died a long time ago, so I just want to add that it's dead.
But all right, VW, I know you have places to go. Anything you want to promote on your way out the door?
I have a channel. I have like 400 subs. Most of you are already subbed, and I appreciate it. But if you haven't subbed, please sub. I love you guys. Thank you for having me, man.
Thanks, VW. You better be. You better be. You owe me. You owe me like 3 weeks worth of content.
I don't know about that. All right, peace.
See you, man. All right. And L Pug Tracy dropped a super sticker here. It was a devil face, a smiley devy face. So I thank you very much for that. And real quickly, yes, Weinstein is the reason that we have the massive studio promotion that goes into these films. They are also part of the reason for the bloat in the gift bags. I think one of the things I covered on the 6 Minute Daily, either Thursday or Friday, was that each one of those gift bags is $100,000 or more.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the value of all the stuff that's in them.
That's so they can go buy their dress or suit for next year.
Exactly. Yeah. I just think it's insane. And one of them is like this golden like vape pen or whatnot. So,
dude, why wasn't I buying it?
Of course.
I don't know. But that's that. And Dexy Doodle says she hasn't watched one since Billy Crystal hosted.
All about
a long time. Yeah.
Judi Dench has a HW tattoo. Did not know that, Shane Nolan. But hey, it is what it is. Bruce is giving his opinion on things, and with that, we're bringing in our we're bringing in Fat Steven. Fat Steven Seagal's here. So, hey, Fat Steven.
Hey, I haven't seen you in ages, man.
Oh no, man! It's been like a whole week, White Keith. How you been, man?
How are you?
Culture. What the hell, man? You're not comfortable. What happened?
Oh, hey, I'm back. I'm back from studios, right? Yeah, came back this morning. Yeah, and everything was lovely. It was a good way to have a weekend. So I'm very happy with the effects of it. Was called sleeping. Sleeping is amazing.
Did you get Conspiracy Guy?
I do. I have Conspiracy Guy on the panel. So.
He looks a little pale.
Yeah, well, or yeah, maybe. But yeah.
He's looking at me right now.
So we're talking about the Oscars and whether or not they're relevant, and I think with that.
Sorry, you said Oscars are relevant in one sentence.
And Glinzer makes a good point here. He says the Oscars now look like the Independent Spirit Awards, 100%. In fact, all of these award shows look like mirror images of each other, which is why, across the board, if you average them all out, all of them have lost 43% of their viewership in a year.
I'm surprised it's that low.
In a year. They were on this decline, this like steady decline of like 4% every year they were sucking, and then they'd occasionally have a spike. But overall, in average, I think the Grammys lost 50% of their audience.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like it's staggering how much we don't care about this anymore.
Well, you know, one of the effects of the COOF is that people lose interest in these kind of things. So it's really not their fault now.
Well, and I think part of it is too, right? You know, a lot of people are locked up. They're going through a tough time. And the last thing they want to do is watch a bunch of as Gary from Nerdrotic would say, adult pretenders pat each other on the back and stroke each other.
Oh, baby.
And lecture to you on who you need to vote for and how do you need to live and things like that when they're living in these $1 million mansions.
Yeah,
like
right.
Yeah.
Well, and preaching about how
the
great
biggest
they are to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Look how woke and how perfect I am.
Yep. You are so perfect. It makes me want to take off my shirt and pepperoni my nipples. This is so perfect.
Okay, well, yeah, that's I don't know how that fits into the stream, but sure. But those things turned. I think I just made Keith lose his soda pop. Oh, dude, Ords, poor Ords. Anyway,
out through the nose.
So I think that we all got a taste of just how disconnected they were because they put themselves up in front of us in various ways. Just talking about it, just like you guys all mentioned, we're in these amazing mansions, we have these amazing lives, and Ellen DeGeneres calling her 47,000 square foot compound that she lives in a prison.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, if you put a chain link fence around it, it technically could be a prison. She just needs to hire some like prison guards and suits and build some towers to go along with her ego.
To make her,
Yeah.
Maybe it was a Freudian slip. Maybe there's an ankle bracelet involved somewhere that we don't know about.
Yeah, and
that's probably handcuffs.
Yeah, Stacy from the cheap seats again says, "I hear you. I'm fairly apathetic about the whole award thing, but I usually try to see most of the movies that have been nominated. But this year, I think that's how we all felt. Did you guys actually see any of these things? I didn't. I
don't even know. I don't know.
They just make me sad.
Yeah, Sonic got it cheated, so I'm really I'm not in it for anything else.
So. I remember.
I didn't know that there was a Shaun the Sheep movie. I would have seen that.
The only award I've seen is the Susan Wojcicki's award for speech, whatever the hell it was. That's the only awarding I've seen this year.
Yeah, and Soul Assassin, you have the right idea, and actually, this is already being done. It's called the Raven Awards, and you can watch it on our friend Odin's channel. Odin Reviews. I forget what his acronym is for that, but the Raven Awards are his answer to this. Yeah, Odin's Movie Blog. That's what it is. OMB Reviews. And if you want, that's probably where you're going to see that. I mean, we're going to have to start launching our own awards that actually mean something to the people who consume the products.
Absolutely.
Because believe me, if people aren't, if the only people watching it are the critics, you didn't make something that had any appeal as art. I mean, as art is supposed to have a certain amount of appeal and not just to 4 people. I mean, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Anyway,
did Odin? Do we know if Odin got remonetized or is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, because this channel got completely demonetized a while back.
Yeah, same way Josiah Rises did.
Yep.
Well, and this is a good point, Dadman Walking. Borat nominated for any Oscar category. Yeah, that's going to tarnish the reputation. Absolutely. Well, again, now that we have litmus tests for everything in every position in every film, you're not going to get quality productions any longer because you aren't putting things together by merit. I mean, I'm sorry that goes. Maybe that's too strong. Maybe
I don't think you're wrong on that, Culture. For me, when I was into the Oscars kind of growing up, mainly because I did watch a lot of animated films, and most of the time it's usually Pixar winning the Oscars for most of the years or such, and I was always happy to see that. I didn't really care too much for just whatever was the main Oscar categories, just because I wasn't watching that many movies at that time. I've lost. I think the moment that I completely was disinterested in the Oscars entirely was when they did the whole Oscars So White campaign that was going on at the time. I forgot, it was like 2017 or 2018, and then it went from I don't care about the Oscars to F the Oscars when they did this whole. Does anybody remember the whole? They were going to make another category for like most popular film, and I saw that as an excuse at the time to give an award for Black Panther.
That sounds right.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was at the point where I was like, you know what, F the Oscars. You guys
Well, can I ask a question towards that, though, Mackie and everyone else here? What if they revamp the Oscars to like they do the Olympic medals? There's a bronze, there's a silver, and a gold. And they just did it that way. So everyone gets a trophy. Everyone's satisfied. The color will be different. But guess what? You got something, because that's where we're heading. The soccer checklist, Oscar participation, trophy, smell my own fart awards. That's pretty much what it is now.
Well, that's the thing is, are you interested in watching millionaires hand each other, pats on the back?
No, I would rather watch them drunk and fall off the stage culture.
No, that would be
way better.
If the only thing that is worth watching the Oscars is Ricky Gervais ripping it in half, or formerly Kevin Hart ripping it in half until they tried to cancel him. So
Ricky Gervais gave them 2 outs when he was doing the Oscars, right? He rips into them, tells them to STFU basically, and both times. And if they had just had one smart ass actor or actress go up there and say, "Oh, well, I was going to do this speech, but he's right," and like actively make a point of saying, "I'm not going to make any speeches," that would have been perfect. They just needed one other person to like back him up that had like some sort of voice. And twice they fell on their faces and lost face with everybody, because everybody watching loved what Ricky Gervais was saying, and clearly the actors hate him. That's why he's not hosting. If they could have convinced like the people to make the right choice, they could have gotten more viewers with Ricky Gervais, but they probably would have scared away some of the actors.
You're spot on. I mean, they got to play these people off all the time. They can't even fit their self-aggrandizing into their little time allotment. They keep going on and on. They got to play them off and get them out of there. So I mean, you're dealing with giant egos here.
Huge.
They don't want to be brought down to earth by somebody like Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, because with Ricky, it was just like, listen, go in, get your award, and keep it short, sweet. Get out and walk off the stage.
Right, and that was what that's what they were supposed to do. You're supposed to go in and say thank you to the people who got you to this part. Right. And you know what? That could seem somewhat boring, but a lot of people had a humorous take on how to say thank you to people. And you're like, well, at least they're recognizing the people that got them there. And Tina points something out and says she used to watch with her sister yearly to see the glamorous people. And because of the social media, they're not glamorous anymore. They're offensive human beings who just tear people up. And yes, Michael, they're still a thing, I guess. I don't know.
I was going to ask you, Culture, if you think part of this is like the era of the movie star is over.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no big the big Hollywood illusion is destroyed, right?
The Hollywood bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all of us would agree with that. Don't you?
They did it to themselves, if you really think about it, because they got on social media and they exposed themselves to their own stupidity, and people were like, "Oh,
that
we used to look up to," or "Wow."
Well, people used to watch the red carpet, the pre-show, and watch the dresses and everybody come through and interviews and stuff like that. I mean, people were into that, right? I know my parents were. My mom was. Look at that.
Joe Rivers was doing it.
Joe Rivers was doing it. Yeah. So that was a big thing. And then, all the fashion magazines would do their spiel, the day after or whatever.
Yeah. No, you're right, and you were right. I mean, it was a fashion show, it was a comedy show, there was a lot to it. There were a lot of different types of production styles that went into that. So, and again, thank you all of you who are out there in the chat. I really appreciate it. I know some of you have been in and out, so thank you for stopping by if you're just here for a moment. So, but you guys, like I said, I mean, I appreciate all of you being here, and I'm glad you're participating in the conversation. I'm sorry I'm so far behind. It's very easy when we get these conversations going like this, where we're all very engaged. Dexy Doodle sends us a super chat from New Zealand. Thank you for the $5 New Zealand. Going back to lurking, listening though. So make it a good one, panel. Best behavior. Well, thank you, Dexy Doodle. We will. And they've been doing really well. Nobody's interrupting or talking over somebody else. So I'm very proud of the adults here today. So thank you.
How did I get here?
I don't know. Hey, what's up, Stubby? So, yeah, this is right, Phantom Outsider. No one cares what the spoiled rich crybabies have to say. Yeah. Yeah. And they are very big crybabies, I would say. I mean, they call us terrible things. I mean, but honestly, I mean, we don't get hurt when we get called stuff. I mean,
yeah, and that's the thing, Culture, because like for the past couple of Oscars, I would say, even both a little bit before 2016, every single Oscar speech, every single joke had to be a dig at Trump in some way. And it got tiring. It got really tired. People got really sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, it's when we were kids, think about the great like actors and actresses. What was the difference between what they have now? Humble.
Mm-hmm.
Think about like all the, they're most of them passed away by now, but I've said this, Robin Williams and Jackie Chan and some of the greatest Hollywood stars I still love are like the most humblest people on earth. They come out, they know that they're privileged. They know they're like, look at me. Robin Williams didn't come from a rich family, I don't think. But, he worked his way up to comedy and so forth. But he never lost that, like, roots. He was like, hey, I'm just a dude who stands in front of a camera. I make a couple jokes. I'm not someone special. I'm not going to tell the world, they're evil and I'm the perfect shining example of perfectness while I'm raping women with the help of a Weinstein dumbass. And I know about it, yeah. So what, the whole believe women thing came from Hollywood.
Well,
they blame us for it. They're blaming us. But it's all them.
Projection. It's projection. Everything that's come out in their side of the culture thing is projection because of all of their bad deeds, their misdeeds. I mean, and it's not everybody in Hollywood, because I know that for sure, because I know people. I mean, and we're looking at some folks here on the screen that have had some contact there, and it is it's not everybody. It's this handful of bad behavior, people that do bad things that are the whole reason that we're getting this stuff. You're 100% right there, Mirrorsphere. I think that anybody else could probably speak to this better than I could, or at least more eloquently. And nobody's.
I did a stream the other day with someone in our community that's Robert Meyer Burnett, and he's one of the sweetest guys on the planet, right? Yeah. So you're absolutely right, Culture. It's not all of them. We're painting with broad strokes here. But it seems to be the ones who control, the ones in power and the ones who control the messaging are the ones who are doing all the projection, and they know where the bodies are buried, right?
Well, Keith, to add to that quickly, I hate to cut in, but pretty much we have a good example of how to put that in perspective of who these types are, to narrow down the broad strokes. When you have some of them talking about naked ballots and they're buck naked talking about it, there's your sign. If they are literally on Twitter saying this, and this, there's your sign. If they're taking apology tests for something they haven't done, but they're afraid they're going to be found out of doing, there's your sign. Thank you, blue collar
scores.
Yeah.
This is an interesting statement. Curtis YZ says some people think DiCaprio started all of this with Gilbert Grape.
I think the prototype of the woke Oscars probably started with that Marlon Brando acceptance.
Oh, right.
But I mean, at least that was an actual issue that probably did merit more attention. Plus, he was kind of trolling them. He was kind of screwing with them because that's Marlon Brando. And it's just gotten taken to such another level now. It's really, Ricky Gervais is right. Just accept the Oscar, thank your agent, and get off.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Commander Ed Straker of Shadow hits on exactly what we were talking about just a little earlier. And HW bought the Oscar for The English Patient, and he literally did. He was so powerful in Hollywood and exerted so much influence that he literally twisted people's arms into getting awards for his people.
That's the year before I realized it was a pay for play myself. And look at a movie like The Artist. How the hell did that win Best Picture?
Parasite. How about that one?
There you go.
Yeah, what was that?
I didn't know Parasite was a thing. It was like some European movie.
Oh, they're called Hollywood. It's a whole brand. That's awesome. Did anyone ever see that movie? Because I haven't even seen it yet.
I haven't seen
Nope.
it yet either.
There's also a Korean monster movie called Parasite. So,
Really?
So for the longest time, I was wondering, why is a monster movie getting this much hype?
What's funny is I thought they were trying to award CNN.
So that's funny. There was this movie Crash, right? And that was a great movie, but there was also another movie named Crash where these people would like get sexually aroused by getting into horrific car accidents.
Mm-hmm.
And so I haven't seen that one, but I want to see that one.
I've actually
seen the other one.
I saw it when it came out. I was living in Toronto at the time. It was filmed up there. It's an experience. You're gonna feel like you need a shower afterwards.
Yeah, that film's rough, bro. So yeah, definitely go into it with open eyes. I mean, this is not an eyes wide shut moment at all. So, but and here's a brilliant comment by Keely Chow. Robin Williams and Mark Twain have three things in common. They were good at doing stand up. They were born in the Midwest, and San Francisco is their hometown. So, well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you all of the late night talk show hosts, and I know most of you guys know this, but from Jack Parr to Johnny to the guy with the chin to Letterman, they were all born in the Midwest. They all had what most of the other parts of the country considered to have no accent. So they were appealing to pretty much everybody, which is what made them really great late night hosts. I know a lot of people don't know that.
I've met Robin Williams actually twice in the course of 3 weeks. I don't know if he was doing shooting or was up in Canada. So when I was walking through the Eaton Center, he was at EB Games buying them out pretty much because he likes to game. He likes to game with his kids, like his daughter, I believe his name's Zelda, if I got that correctly. I think that's And the next time I met him was 2 weeks later when I was getting my back of my neck tattooed, and he walked into the tattoo shop and he started mocking a girl that was crying getting a tramp stamp because why are you crying if you wanted to get a tramp stamp? And I almost ruined my whole back of my neck because that guy wouldn't stop. He is a good man. He was always trying to make someone laugh, and I miss him. When he passed, it was heartbreaking for me.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking for a lot of people.
I think everybody felt that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I named my dog after him. I got him right after Robin Williams passed. He's like my number one dude, man.
He always will be.
Mm-hmm.
He's everyone's Doubtfire.
And here's an interesting thing. I mean, Phantom Outsider said Brando it was trying to bring attention to the natives who at the time were occupying Alcatraz. Completely different kind of thing. You know, it wasn't a virtue signal. It wasn't the look how good I am. It was an actual, this is a real problem, and we need to solve this, right? And there are moments that's again, nobody's going to fault you for doing that, but you know, everybody knows just how fraudulent these people are. Brando genuinely cared about this circumstance. I mean, you're always going to have those moments where somebody's genuine, but for the most part, how much genuine comes out of Hollywood? It's all pretend. It's all make believe. And most of the time we love that part of it, right? I mean, even back then, I mean, we would never have known that these celebrities were as awful of human beings as they turned out to be.
No.
And I think I forgot who said it earlier, but they've exposed themselves. That's why they've been given a platform where they can go on and say what they want without being filtered, and then they've exposed themselves.
Yeah.
I just like the awkward misfits, like Joaquin Phoenix when he gets up there. You never know what he's going to say. and that's what I like the most about it, because there always are some misfits that get up there that don't fit in, and they get up to the microphone. Right. And then they're like, oh, what are they going to say? What are they going to do? And then they say something, you know.
They talk about milk, and you're like, what the
no.
Well, Culture Techno, we talk about chocolate milk mix every Friday night or every time we see Ord, so we're kind of getting there.
I guess, but not like he did. It was just weird. Hey, dude,
lady yogurt.
Sometimes he's just like I don't know. He's an odd dude. I love him, and you're right, Judah. He is. I mean, and that's the kind of thing we used to have those guys, and they were great.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't know what Jim Carrey was going to do if he got up on stage. And
you could tell they weren't part of that whole thing. They were like the misfits. When they got up there, they were like,
Jim Carrey only recently got whacked or wacky, crazy. Beyond.
It makes me think about kind of like the regulars that we would often see, such as like Meryl Streep and even sometimes it's like Tom Lee Jones and Jack Nicholson, who were really coming up in their ages at the time. So it was always interesting. Kind of, you kind of lose that kind of that enjoyment in the Oscars in a way because of the kind of the lockdown restrictions and stuff, and everybody not being there.
Yeah, and it's but here's and we're getting back to Crash here with Six's comments because there's a fetish for everything. That's absolutely true.
Yeah, there it is.
I love Six.
But from the cheap seats, Stacy, you are welcome in here. I will happily boot one of these humans off of this panel. Stacy, aka Normie Sue, I love that. Says I loved Parasite. You know what? You're one of like 70,000 people I think that saw it. Yeah.
I'll drop me out, Culture, and I'll lurk in the shadows.
All right.
Well, I think Mirrorsphere has to go.
Yeah, Mirrorsphere is over the slide. So in fact,
I can go ahead and take off too. Since
yeah, Mock, you can go whenever you need to go, but Mirrorsphere has to leave. So we're gonna let him play himself out and take it away, there, Dad.
Well, thank you all for coming, and I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you all have. Yeah, you can find me on Mirrorsphere Origins, YouTube, Twitter now. So, see you guys later. Bye.
Hey, congrats, man.
Thank you so much, Mirrorsphere. Thank you.
God, that was the cutest baby ever.
I know. You just hear the little baby in the background. Thanks, Mirrorsphere. You're a good dude, man. Appreciate you.
It's Minisphere.
Minisphere.
There you go.
There you go. Mike Beat, patio beers and fun conversation. Good Sunday. Absolutely. If you have the weather for it, you just sit out in the back and just chill. Have a good time. Hang with friends. Hang with us. I love that.
Culture, I have a request. Sorry about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
That picture of Keith underneath everyone where he looks like he's stuck in stop motion. Can I have that, please?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
I
smell trouble. I smell trouble.
We have the great and incredible and wonderful human. Notice Thomas Gilkey here, the heart and soul of the Phantom Menace. For $4.99 super chat, he says, "Hail to all! Thank you, Culture and AFK, and everyone who participated in the birthday video. It meant a lot, and I loved it." Well, hey, it was all this wonderful young lady's doing. All I did was put pieces together end to end. That's what an editor does. You just and you're done.
And all of the awesome people who submitted their videos too.
Yeah, and the real heroes are all of your friends and the people in the community that love you, brother. So thank you for being awesome and supporting everybody. So
I'm not gonna lie, AFK was on everyone's ass at least twice a week. Yeah, I get those videos. Have you talked about those videos? I forget them. It was like listening to Tony from Simpsons going, "Where's the money? You got the monies? I need the monies. I got the money."
I was keeping to my work schedule reminder thing where I'm supposed to get back to people every like 2 or 3 days just to give them enough time,
Did somebody say Tom was in the chat? I don't see Tom. That's weird. Anyway, small time says Jim Carrey is in Gary Busey territory now. Yes. Yes.
I know it's controversial, but I loved him in Sonic. I don't think he did a good Robotnik, but I think I loved his character just as his character. I haven't liked Jim Carrey in a very long time.
I actually enjoyed him in that role, and I think that now that his character has been changed into more of what we would have expected. I mean, I'm looking forward to Sonic 2 because I think there's some progression, and that's the other thing. When you tell a good story, you progress from point A to point B, and it all makes sense. That's kind of fun. I miss that.
Realizing I must be obsessed with Sonic. I keep bringing it up. Sorry.
I would disagree with you, AFK, because from what I've heard, Jim Carrey's performance was one of his best.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm saying I loved his performance, but character personality-wise for Robotnik itself.
Right, for Eggman.
Wasn't Robotnik, but I loved him in the movie. I think he was great. But I have to, say that because other people will be like, that wasn't Robotnik, blah, 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 But he was super awesome. My favorite part is the dance thing that he does when he's, getting pumped.
What else was he? What else was he in before Sonic? He took like a hiatus, right?
Eternal Spot, Sunshine Mine.
He did some stuff for Netflix, some really like artsy oriented things. I can't remember. I mean, he had a lot of tragedy in his life. You have to remember that inspired that hiatus. So, but
he was doing a lot of art at the time too.
He was also with Cars and Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld. He had an episode with that as well.
I didn't see that.
Right.
Well, and Zach7 says, I like Parasite, but the award was more about Hollywood celebrating themselves for realizing Korea makes movies. I can't disagree with that, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't inspired to see the film. I didn't know anything about it. I mean, usually when it comes to Oscar films, chances are I usually see about 80% of the films. I haven't been able to say that for 4 or 5 years, maybe now, maybe longer.
Yeah,
that's just weird. Again, I like films, which is why I'm so unhappy with entertainment right now. Hey, what's going on there, Pickles? Good to see you.
I would say South Koreans make great zombie movies. Has anybody seen #Alive or Train to Busan? I think it's called.
No,
you have to see these two movies.
Okay.
Freaking amazing.
Have you seen Nobody yet?
Throw them up in the chat.
I did not.
Oh, you guys are missing out. Go watch Nobody.
Yeah, I have to say that movie is criminally underappreciated or seen.
Lloyd is perfect. Lloyd is great.
Yes.
You see Emmett Brown, literally old man crazy with shotguns. It doesn't get any better.
Nice.
Well, V-Star, I am so glad that you're here. Hello to you, and I hope you are doing better. I hope we are doing better. I think I reached out to you on Twitter and said the same. So, I hope everything's better. Those are incredible. Those are words. Of course, with the $5 super chat, bacon. You have to have bacon. Yes,
love bacon.
Is
meat candy.
Bacon is life.
Meat candy.
Peppered bacon is my fetish food. I have it every morning with breakfast. It is
Really?
My daughter likes to dip it in maple syrup.
Quick, everyone change your name to Peppered Bacon.
Peppered bacon. Yeah, and you know what? If you dip it in dark chocolate, melted dark chocolate.
Wait. If you coat it and then freeze it, how does that work?
I haven't done that yet. That's the next step.
Steven. That's how it
Dude,
works.
I'm getting hungry here. Especially the dark chocolate dipping the bacon in that. That sounds incredible.
Yeah, I got a pizza upstairs. I'm thinking I'm going for a slice of that now.
In your hot chocolate.
Try bacon wrapped tater tots with maple
Yes.
and brown sugar on it. Brown sugar. Little pinch of brown sugar.
Bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers.
Oh my god, bacon wrapped deep fried Mars bars. No joke.
Wow.
No joke. What? The name is Fat Steven Seagal. What do you? The fat gives it away. It's trans fat. It's good fat. It's I'm gonna die on this chair fat.
Well, I have to say I make a wicked bacon wrapped pork loin. That's a lot of pig.
Oh wow!
Man.
Have you ever done a turkey? You put bacon strips across the turkey and then you barbecue it in tinfoil.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, this went from we're talking pop culture, entertainment, and the Oscars to the Food Channel.
Gotta get the meat sweats.
Yeah, there you go. Captain Robert April says Gary Busey and Jim Carrey in Everybody Dies. Oh yeah.
Gary Busey is awesome though. If you've ever watched Impractical Jokers, when he comes in and does some of the skits, it's hilarious.
He's terrifying though, because he's not a small dude. So I mean,
he's not.
It's like when he's crazy, he's scary. That's scary crazy. That's like.
But his daughter's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, Philip Demick says, in the 40s and 50s, Hollywood Confidential tried to expose corrupt producers and directors, but it was heavily suppressed by the FBI. Well, thank you very much, FBI. Yeah, we have, right now, our FBI, I'm not going to do it.
Are we getting into, we're getting into that territory, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
I think what they're alluding to is that all of the actors are aliens. Because that's the only reason why they would be suppressed by the FBI back in the 40s and 50s. I'm just saying, that answers everything right there.
It does. It does. I mean, the MIB. I mean, that was your first hint. Elvis isn't dead. He's just back on his home planet. So there you are.
Well, I was going to go a different route with it and say that you need some special glasses to see them, but that's a different movie reference.
Like a roll of quarters.
Federal bacon investigations.
Put on the glasses.
Take off the glasses.
Well, Godzillionaire says, was Jim Carrey acting in Sonic, or did they just randomly film him being himself?
Probably himself.
I don't know. He's really very Jim Carrey a lot.
Who do you think he played better as in Me, Myself, and Irene, or Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? What do you think? What do you think was a better way of him portraying a character?
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah, I agree with Culture.
Price check on.
And I still think Man on the Moon. Thank you, Curtis. Yes. Man on the Moon was definitely ridiculously good. He literally became someone else. I mean, that is so method, it's ridiculous.
Didn't they do a documentary where the point that he couldn't disassociate the personality he actually became when it came to the Andy Kaufman stuff, that it was very hard to disassociate afterwards?
I heard that too.
Once you dive that deeply into a character, and everything that you do is predicated on being another person, I think that I think you have a hard time separating. I think that's why Joaquin Phoenix took time off of Hollywood, because he got lost in stuff. In fact, I think if you look at his Fleck in Joker, the dude lost weight. I mean, crazy, scary amounts of weight, and his portrayal of Johnny Cash in Walk the Line. I mean, he literally, that is a method. That's a method person. Everything, they become everything about someone else. And the idea of the self, the id, being completely discarded and replaced with something else. That's kind
of taken its toll after a while.
Yeah. We say the same though for Jared Leto, though.
That's a good question to ask. Do you know how we all develop as we start streaming more and more and developing our own content and our own personas? Are we also developing our own rabbit holes as YouTube streamers when we're trying to end our real lives? Do we ever reach that point? Is that when we have that break for a while because we're trying to figure out if we become the same person, or we're trying to be two people at the same time?
I don't know, because I haven't run into that yet. I have enough going on in the real world around me that I haven't. This is a hobby, that I love and enjoy, because I get to hang out with amazing people and everybody in the chat who really makes all of this worthwhile, because I'm always entertained. Now, of course, I'm having internet upstream problems, so I'll take myself off camera. But you guys are, like I said, you are the whole reason I do this. So I enjoy this for you guys. And because I don't think that's entered into it. But could I see that happening, Stephen? For some people, absolutely. I think that could. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's a good question.
I'm not conspiracy guy, but there's a lot of me in conspiracy guy.
Oh,
ladies.
Well,
I haven't approached this as playing a role. I'm just kind of hanging myself out there.
Well, Doomcock is completely another, no one knows who Doomcock really is. He plays a persona.
Right.
A mask. And
I think it really just depends on the YouTuber, right? Like there, you can go in an autonomous way, or what, you wear a mask or whatever, or you can, be yourself completely, where you use your whole name when you do your videos, or you can kind of fall in between, how Ryan Kinnell, he uses this name, but at the same time he has kind of like the air that he's created it as like a business, so it's not just like his personal video. So I don't know, I would say you got a bunch of different choices.
I think you do. So wow, I just don't. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to lose myself, because I'm pretty much present myself as myself, even though I have to operate under a moniker. So, but, could that happen? Maybe.
Disagree. Culture. Disagree.
Really?
I think there'll eventually be a point where you're no longer CultureCasino. You're just the hair of Casino. You'll just one giant Cousin It's. You'll just be Cousin It with the glasses and headphones, going, "I do this for all of you," but it'll be like Cousin It, like,
I'm going to work on that Photoshop right now.
What about Keith? Keith has long hair.
I do.
He has a ponytail for the pleasure.
We should do a show like male hair care secret.
Yeah, I think we should. And Edson's been really quiet. What Edson? Thoughts?
I agree with you in terms of there's a lot going on in my life as well outside of YouTube to keep me grounded. But there is, I'm pretty new to YouTube, so far, so I haven't gotten to the point where I've developed a totally new personality. But I have had a similar experience in terms of when I'm writing and I get deep into a character, sometimes the lines kind of blur where I spend like hours or half my day like almost living in the world of that if it turns out to be a really good character. So that's almost like that. But that's a little bit different in terms of some characters I'm writing about. So yeah.
So in a way, you become your own Stephen King character. In a way, what you're saying is you're trying.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah, or I'll like all of a sudden it's like whatever issues that character, whatever they're facing, I'm trying to think of solutions. Like what am I, how am I going to help them? Or it just kind of becomes, I kind of have to like shake myself out of it because I get really deep into it. It doesn't happen very often. It's just like one of those things where it's like if it's a really good character that almost comes alive, and I'm sure if your readers, you've experienced that where some of those characters come alive if they're really written that well.
Oh my God, where'd you get that? That's awesome.
Alive right there. And see, and Fat Steven is not necessarily Fat Steven's not exactly the guy you see there. So
I usually have a lot more folds.
Oh my goodness. Well, Mike Beat brings up something that I think is going to be a point of conversation for myself and Tom on Tuesday, which is Mortal Kombat wasn't great, but it was good enough to satisfy most. You can be adventurous once you set the tone, but for now, good enough will suffice. Hope the rest big ones follow suit. We'll have to see, but I mean, there was definitely some sacrifices made to some politically correct bologna sausage in the making of that film, or at least the writing of that film. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I off base?
I think they lacked on the music for that one. I think they were trying to make like a foundation with the movie. I think they put a lot of care into the characters' costumes, the set designs, and the way the sceneries and the environments looked. But they really shortened the care on character growth or character introduction, as well as dude. What pissed me off the most was the music. Honestly, the music was not up to par for the fighting that was very short given. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a complaint that I've seen from folks. So was that the soundtrack and the fight scenes were short. So those are definitely two complaints that I've heard.
I heard that the development of the main character was horrible. I heard that he just wasn't a likable character. Like Kano and some other minor characters they stole the film from what I've read online.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look who you got to play Kano. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, it's just it couldn't have done better. I mean, but you're not wrong. I mean, and obviously Larry brings this up. Restore the Johnny Cage cut. I mean, that's the thing that they sacrificed on the altar of political correctness, right?
But not to spoil, if you by the ending that's the question I want to ask, and I don't want to insult, but do you think at the end of the movie, for those who have seen it, do you think it's a promise or a bait? Without giving it away, and that's the main pretense. We have to look at that the way they did the last part of the movie. Is it a baiting or is it a promise?
I haven't seen it. I'll say it very vaguely because I know of it and I won't go into it. But I think it's complete bait.
Mm.
Yeah, because otherwise they wouldn't have. I feel like you would have had knowledge of that beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me being super vague. I hope you understand.
No, that makes a good sense. That makes good sense because for someone who hasn't seen it, you haven't actually seen the what do you call it, the material in question, but you're able to make your opinion based on what you've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Culture.
No, it was a good question, and I don't know. Does anybody else have a thought on that, or because? No?
I haven't seen it yet, so
I haven't seen it yet.
I want to wait to see it in the theater. I know I can watch it anytime right now on HBO. I could watch it right now while we're doing it. But
No, don't spend money on it.
Really?
Wait, we were supposed to spend money on it?
I don't mind. I like to go to the theater. I want to see these things in the theater. We saw Snyder Cut in the theater.
Yeah, we rented out a theater and watched it.
Oh my God, Steven, that is great.
Yeah. So the convenience of HBO Max is fine, but I'm a theater guy. I'm a cinema guy, and it kills me that the ArcLight's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. That's I wish I'd had you guys on when we talked about that a week or so ago. So yeah, that's heartbreaking. You know, just,
having been there. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody that's been to those old, geodesic dome covered theaters. Yeah. I mean, it's a bummer. So it's a huge bummer. And hopefully somebody buys it and uses it for its proper purpose. So, and
Tarantino.
Those screens are fast becoming extinct. I mean, there's not a lot left that are that big, that size. Soul Assassins. We're going to get returning back to bacon conversation. Bacon is God's gift to humanity. That is very true. Dadman Walking says, bacon makes everything better. It does.
These are great.
And V-Star gives us some good news. Hopefully I'll be out of the hospital Tuesday. So thank goodness. Thanks goodness. Because you've been there way too long. So I'm looking forward to the news that you're no longer there and safely home. Let's put it in those terms. Pepper bacon with maple syrup. Look at you guys are always, look at this. Pizza is flat and cheesy, but not Brie Larson. That's true.
Bacon crust pizza.
I don't know about that.
Glinzer says we are starting the Culture Cuisine show, basically. That's true.
What about bacon chocolate? Has anybody had bacon chocolate? Tried it and enjoyed it?
I've had bacon-infused vodka is delicious. And it saves a step when you're making a martini.
Look at this.
That's a good question. Bacon. Steven.
What did I do? I just was reporting Sonic 2.
Got Knuckles?
You got the Knuckles.
You do not know the way.
I know the way, my queen.
Shellback, nice.
You know what I've never seen is bacon-infused Twinkies. That'd be a pretty cool way to do it. You know what I mean?
You bacon wrap the Twinkie, then fry it.
Yeah.
Because they already do fried Twinkies, deep fried Twinkies. So
just make sure you have a Diet Coke with it.
That's kind of the conversation we were having. They are hinting at making the movie that we want next time. I don't think we'll get it. I think that's the conversation about bait. Keely Chow says if Ryan Reynolds is cast as Johnny Cage in a Johnny Cage solo movie, there needs to be reference in Deadpool 3. It's two different.
I thought people were calling for that wrestler Fizz would be a great Johnny Cage because of the way his persona is. Miz or Fizz, whatever his name is. I don't watch wrestling, so.
You're making Judah die laughing, Steve.
I'm right next to him. I can't help
it. Got any trail mix?
Critical Craze hasn't been in a theater since Avengers Endgame.
Wow.
The Cinerama Dome is a state monument. It should be.
Yeah, it is. It's a monument until someone sells it, right? They sell the property, or the state decides to plow it down. I think they should make a Hollywood museum in there.
That would be cool, except I still want to be able to throw films on the screen.
Films on there, right?
Yeah. Diablo Dame says, I haven't seen the new MK, but I did go to the theater and see Demon Slayer yesterday. Cool.
Yes. Oh, how was it?
I wanted to see that one. Yep.
I want to see it in a theater. I mean, all of Asia got to see it in a theater. Sorry, Maki.
From what I'm hearing, it's destroying the box office. Even Mortal Kombat right now. That's from what I'm hearing.
Wow.
This I did hear today.
Really?
This I did hear today. I believe it's been confirmed. So that's awesome. Very good news. Thank you for that, Captain Robert April. Appreciate that. Lyndon Ashby played the narcissistic, unlikable Playboy Johnny Cage back in '95. Perfectly fine. No reason you can't include him and make him unlikable. No, absolutely. And you should. Bruce Lombardo says, did you see my pizza porn photos in the unofficial? No, I haven't. I will look later. You guys don't understand how hungry I am right now. The bacon. This bacon, this is V-Star's fault. Because every time with the bacon, and then I'm like, I'm hungry. You guys are awesome. Everybody
I used to work with a producer, Culture, who whenever he very, very rarely got upset, but when he did, he wouldn't scream and yell or anything. He would disappear into the kitchen in his office and cook an entire pound of bacon and then eat it.
Is he still alive?
How long did he survive?
No, he's not. He actually passed away from ALS.
Gee, I wonder why.
Oh.
No, but it had nothing to
ALS?
do with his heart or anything. He was
It had
actually
nothing
very
to do-
thin and in shape, and
Oh,
he had ALS.
yeah.
But
That's terrible.
yeah.
Bacon is heavy in taurine, so just remember that, kids. Maybe, yeah. Wookie in Exile says, I like bacon, but I keep it off my Twinkies. There's an entendre that. All right, let's see. Where's Stacy? We made room for Stacy, and there is no Stacy.
Yeah, where's
She's there. I've been bugging her to come on, but behind the scenes, I've been messaging her up.
Saturday in Culture Casino, they got together like mustard and ketchup on a McDonald's hamburger. Well, okay, thanks. Now I'm really hungry. Goodness. Oh, it's perfectly fine, V-Star. I love it. I love it. No, yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, I knew that's true. Yeah. And yeah, you guys are crazy. Army Hammer's Bear Grylls episode has been taken off the schedule. Okay, then.
He tried to host.
I thought they reenacted live with him on that episode. That's what happened. We don't know what happened to the Sherpas. No idea.
Okay, here we go. Stacy from Cheap Seats. Once again,
Wow.
What's your number one favorite thing to have wrapped in bacon? Scallops for me. Scallop wrapped bacon is excellent. I'll let other people answer first. AFK, you're the only lady here. I was trying to get another one, but my recruiting effort is failing. AFK.
I have to answer this.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well, I do agree. Scallops wrapped in bacon is super awesome, but I like chicken cordon bleu. I think that's the right one, where it's pretty much a chicken breast stuffed with like blue cheese wrapped in bacon, and it's pretty much a heart attack waiting to happen. But it's like the best thing I've ever had. So.
Good one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that one's gonna be tough to top.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with that, really.
Yeah.
Bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers, I think, are good. Get that spice.
Ooh. Cream cheese.
Yeah, the cream cheese. Oh, it's so good.
Steven, you're killing me.
What am I doing?
I'm waiting for Stacy to be settled.
I like bacon wrapped hot dogs with chili on top.
I do think the start of every morning is coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese on a hard roll.
Oh, hell yeah.
There you go.
Cheese and sauce.
What you should try doing if you make your own pogo sticks is you take the pogo sticks, you take the hot dog, then you wrap that in bacon, and then you put the coating over top, and then you deep fry.
Oh my god!
All right, so we have the effort paying off. There's
Oh, wait, where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Hello, goodbye.
Was it my teeth?
No, she's having a stuttering issue, so she's rebooting StreamYard is my guess.
Okay.
So on that note, we're losing a panelist. The center square is leaving us again. His name is Makini90. He does so very much for the community, and he's not a turkey, unlike Fat Steven. Makini, tell everybody what's going on and where you're coming from, and I'm going to bring in the. No, I'm not. She's
Stacy.
My internet is sucking balls again. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on.
That's okay.
That's up to you.
You can actually just be an icon
Let
if
me
you'd
do that,
like.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then we're not worried about camera so much.
Okay.
Feed your router some bacon.
How do I do that? I forget.
Here
we go. Stop cam. Gotcha.
Very good. Beautifully done.
Right,
on that note,
no,
we
I gotta switch it.
Yeah, we gotta let Makini right out. So, Makini, tell everybody what's going on, my friend. I'm gonna.
Hey everybody! Thank you all for stopping by on the Sunday Culture Review. Happy to be here as always. My name is Makini90, artist and illustrator, and today is of course Makini Live. And we're going to keep it very nice and chill, kind of like how today's stream is. No like sketch challenges or anything big. So I'm just going to be working on this piece right here, which is basically a cowgirl with an axe. Maybe not bacon.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
Different. But if you guys want to check that out, the link will be, I'll put the link to my stream over on my channel. Hope to see you guys there. And this is, you can see kind of clips of what I do. on my own channel. I do art content all the time, 24/7, and I hope you guys, if you guys like this and you guys want to see more of it, definitely check out the link I'll put in the chat, and I hope you guys subscribe. I'm at 536, so we're going to that 600. So
nice.
Nice. And you can catch him on our Fortnite streams being indoctrinated.
Is there going to be a cheerleader show, Mac?
Yeah, so you wearing an outfit?
I can draw like Lorena with an outfit if that's what you're.
Oh no, I want to see you with your pom poms.
No.
Oh, I love the Lola. I love the Lola and Bunny piece you did.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And Lady Tariel for a $2 super chat says, yes, he is the sexy hair guy. That has to be talking about Makini's art skills. It certainly.
I love doing hair. So.
It looks great. It looks great, Mock. I'm so glad everything's going well. I hope your stream kicks off, and I will make sure I point everybody in your direction.
Look at those arms. Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. I will see you guys later. You guys have a great rest of your stream. A great GeekTime TV is so happy to speak with you guys, and I hope to stream with y'all again soon. So I'm
it's good to see you again, Mac.
So,
awesome.
Right.
Wow, chop liver.
Everyone.
Appreciate you,
Fat Steven, of course.
That's right. I love you too.
All right, now we're going to fix this.
Weird word.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff on his Instagram.
Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so I had to separate Judah and Fat Steven because that wasn't going well.
I didn't do anything. I'm just representing everything in my caprication.
I like how you put them in separate corners. Go to your
corner. Nobody puts Squidward in a corner.
but yeah, so I just want to say thank you again, Lady Tariel, for the super chat. And Bruce Lombardo says so many hair care super chats. Yes, you know what, I may actually do that. I think Keith and I could save the planet
one follicle at a time.
Yeah, I think we could.
Can I borrow some? I'll take some.
I feel like
can I do that.
Yeah. Donations weird like that. And you don't want to have hair rejected. You know what I mean?
Or something like Mary.
Anyway, so thank you very much for that, and thank you, Bruce Lombardo, for that, and of course, Stacy, thank you for joining us. Would you like to tell everybody about your just a normie status?
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. My normie status is just that. I'm not an encyclopedia of anything pop culture. I kind of like dabbling in a little bit of everything from a different perspective, I think.
I think that's what's great about you guys when you're all together. So because your perspective's awesome. So I love it.
Oh, thanks.
You guys are a great crew. I can't say enough nice things about you guys. So
I love White Keith.
They're fun guys to be around.
Fun guys. Okay. Joaquin Stark says, "CC Harry for your pleasure." Well, thank you. Felix Sela, R.I.P. cousin Ed. Absolutely. Yeah. Beady. What's up, Buck? And he was the paragliding, the hang gliding.
He's going to drop the rocks on the ATST. Yeah.
And Telosian in Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
The cage.
Oh yeah, no. Willie was listening to this. I don't remember what stream this was on that I mentioned this, but the boss sometimes calls me culture to get my attention now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's an odd thing, huh? Yeah, that's really weird though. But I guess it's because I'm referred to as culture so often, or CC. So I respond to that too now. It's really odd.
I just call you sexy.
Well, that works too. Philip A. Demick says CC versus Godzilla, or my hair, versus. Okay, all right. Look, Keith has long hair too. He's just hiding it.
Yeah,
right now.
It's tucked away.
I'm waiting for it to turn to a mohawk, Keith. You gotta just one day just get it. No, you gotta do it. Come on,
Ruth Korean. Secret Enemy with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
I know what he's referencing. He's referencing when we were talking about the split of personalities, and he would start talking about writing and getting too involved with his character. I know it's the one where the personality of that weird hick dude is actually him in general who actually killed. Remember what I'm talking about? He keeps knocking on the door. Yeah,
the main.
The second point is Keith should shave his head, everything except for like the round part of the back, then pull off Prodigy Firestarter.
Oh yeah, that's super hot. Super hot.
I actually was thinking he could pull off the Gallagher, right?
Noel Gallagher.
You remember Gallagher?
I remember Gallagher.
Yeah,
it was the guy that smashed up the vegetables.
Yeah.
Bill Hicks made fun of him.
Watermelons, absolutely.
If he dies a gray, we can call him Sindel.
Yeah, I'm.
It'll be there soon on its own.
Now I'm starving. I have bacon. I can smell bacon. That's how hungry I am right now. That's not good.
Now,
We've
I want to
got
see
Snowdub-
photos from both of you guys from the 80s in your long hair. Did you guys
Oh,
tease
my
it out?
Oh,
Was it
God,
like
It's big.
like
I
the
screwed
Motley
it up.
Crew Poison era?
I had at one point in time. I had a very decent mohawk going.
Oh,
Keith, didn't you
we
say at
definitely
one
need to see
point?
photos of that for sure.
I paid for that.
Yeah.
Keith, didn't you say at one point that you had to drive like this because
my hair
your hair was touching the top of the car?
Yeah.
Oof.
Before our show, you'd get it all teased out.
Yeah.
Go see Poison.
Yeah, and then you
Go see
like
Poison.
egg whites in your hair to get it to stand stiff back in the
I
day.
never
Whites and
tried that.
toothpaste. Egg whites and toothpaste.
I had a lot of chemicals in there. Yeah. It was
Yikes.
Hairnet. What was it called? Aquanet.
You should see my prom
Aquanet.
photos. My
Aquanet
prom
was
photos are
biggest.
awesome.
Aquanet
Oh
was
my
great.
Oh God,
Whose hair is bigger, yours or your dates?
They're about the same, which makes it awesome.
That's hilarious.
I want to see the prom photos.
I got to go dig them out. I have them. They're funny.
Oh man, I would never. I would never show anybody my 1984 hair. I don't think.
I can picture Keith dressed as like the punk Spider-Man, and he has the vest and the symbol, and he has his little hair, the boombox on the side, and he's like, "I'm never getting laid again."
Well, Snowdub sent me a super chat, and I'm way behind on the chat, guys. I really apologize. I'm 20 minutes behind on the chat. I just want to say, Snowdub, thank you for the $2 super chat for money towards hair products. Thank you, my friend. it will be used for hair products. Trust me. I'm spending a lot of money.
Something about Mary hair gel. Gross.
No, I don't use that.
Orders hair gel, gets lube. What's going on?
Hey, Jaffo is here. Scapegoat is here. MK is really bad. See, there's a lot of people that this is such a mixed review film. I really was not prepared for how many mixed reviews I was going to get on this film.
I thought everybody's gonna love it because it looks fun. Yeah.
The preview, the trailer looked really good.
Yeah.
I thought.
And everybody's thinking it's bait. The end of the film.
I just think they put too much into the special effects and not enough of the actual story. I get what they were trying to do, but it was called Mortal Kombat. I understand people were complaining there wasn't enough fighting because it was supposed to be about the tournament. But the thing is, they were showing that Shang Tsung was going out of the way to win the matches by killing all the heroes. If there's no heroes, then there's no tournament. But it defeated the purpose of calling it Mortal Kombat when it was pretty much NetherRealm kicking everyone's ass. Am I saying this wrong? Or is it the Ugandan Knuckles?
I haven't seen it.
It's your little guy, I think.
Now I'll have to go see it just to see what.
Yeah. And okay, I haven't been in a theater since They Shall Not Grow Old. Holy cow! Just another.
What is that?
Wow.
That was a Peter Jackson documentary about World War One.
Oh, right.
What year was 17?
That was like
2018?
Yeah.
Was it that long ago?
That's 4 years ago. Almost 5 years ago.
No.
I'd have to look it up.
I think they were
7.
showing it again not too long ago. No.
Sadly, my last theater was Force Awakens.
Marvel works with Capcom. Mortal Kombat is a Warner Brothers extension.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
That would explain a lot. That's probably why you get all the DC characters in the Mortal Kombat spinoffs.
Well, there was a video game. It's got to be 10 years ago where they did DC versus Mortal Kombat. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Mm-hmm. I do. But again, it's all in the Warner Brothers family. That's why I was confused. But Lady Tariel says they should make a bacon movie. Okay. I will try to figure out how to work a story around bacon.
Get a bucket of bacon.
The plight of bacon and the bacon's struggle against oppression.
It needs to be a 4D experience, though. They should be piping in the scent of bacon while the movie's playing.
Yes.
I
feel like vegans should be in this movie too. It should be like a clash between bacon and vegans. And
oh my god, there you go.
Fight.
That's the story. Right
they can do a Star Wars spinoff, bacon versus turkey bacon, just go at
Well,
it.
according to IMDb, there was a short film called Bacon in 2020 and another short called Bacon in 2012.
Did it star Kevin Bacon?
Just gonna say that.
No.
And here's the weird thing: we're just starting to make it out of the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yes,
because now you can start to name actors that have never worked with somebody associated with Kevin Bacon.
That's true.
Yeah. So, which is weird because I mean, forever that guy was in so many things with so many people. I mean, he was literally the co-star to everybody at some point in time. So it's just amazing. Amazing. Joaquin Stark says crispy bacon crushed to flakes in mashed potatoes.
Yes. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Chocolate pudding. You know the chocolate pudding, like the little singles you can get, right?
Yeah.
Cook up 2 pieces of bacon, crush it up like he said, and throw it in your chocolate pudding.
Ooh. Larry.
That's for chest bump.
Rock. That 70s rock fan bounced in here. That's awesome. Everybody Wang Chung tonight was obviously during the hair care conversation. Yeah, back then. When does at CultureCasino start the Culture Salon to compete with Nerdwada's wife before she on the YouTubes?
Yeah,
I would compete. I would try to partner up. I mean, Melissa's probably far better at the hair care stuff than I would ever be. I mean, what now, AFK?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, Steven, you're killing me.
Yeah, he's getting everybody hungry.
It's killing you. I was.
That's a beach towel. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a beach towel.
Look at all the people popped in there. That 70s rock fans here. You guys are great. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Solset says Bear Dog demands you make him bacon at CultureCasino. Bacon is not healthy for animals. You can actually bacon and turkey can actually cause them to get into pancreatitis. So yeah, especially turkey. So just be aware. You can prepare turkey so that it doesn't have that problem, like in like a baked food or something. But if they get excessive amounts of turkey fatty parts, especially, it's not good for them. Yeah. Culture Mohawk picks or it didn't happen, dude. Those picks are never going to surface.
Culture boss. If you're listening, just leak it on like an OnlyFans. We'll look for it.
Become a high roller member of the channel. Maybe he'll do it someday.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's a sub challenge right there. You get so many subs, you gotta reach the picture.
I may roll out the third tier. I haven't thought about the high roller tier yet. That might get you some more personal information and really bad haircuts. So, because boy, let me tell you, the '80s were very hairy in very varying forms. So,
I have a serious question, Culture. Do you have any pictures that are flock of seagulls hair?
I have a skater flap that when pulled back kind of like looked kind of odd like that.
You ran so far away.
How about a mullet? Did you ever rock a mullet, Culture?
No.
Rat tail?
No.
I rocked a mullet.
No, but I one of my friends did. I mean, the bass player for the band I was in rocked a mullet. The drummer had the longest, curliest hair I've ever seen. I mean, it was like out of control. Like you remember Gimli from The Lord of the Rings? It was like that kind of like crazy curly.
Wow, really kinky.
Yeah,
wool. Yeah.
But he was.
What about
awesome.
Jerry?
Guy weighed like 70 pounds, but geez, could he beat the heck out of the drums? I mean,
what about Jerry Curl?
No.
Damn.
Toxic Man flew for a $5 super chat. Hail, friend. Says CC is a superhero. The hair, the hairinator, the hair of steel. Wonder Weave 1980.
Aquanet Man is the best because you can have a sidekick called Aqua Velva Boy.
Aquanet Man.
Nice.
That's awesome.
He's thinking about it too. He's like, that would be great for a series.
I love you, TMF. Oh my god! Thank you for the $5 super chat.
Oh, last of the Weavekins.
No. Tina Bojan says, thanks for an awesomely entertaining stream. You're very welcome. I've been grading homework today for so many college students who are failing. I bet. It's beyond depressing. A return to normal can't come soon enough for these kids. It really can't. And it's a real shame. I mean, the education experience does not play out well at home. It just doesn't.
Can you imagine if this happened in like the 70s? We would like probably miss 2 years of school and have to go to 12th grade till we were 20. You know,
it could have happened that way. And actually,
well, in the 70s, they had a swine flu epidemic, if I'm remembering correctly.
Right.
And
They
people
did.
seemed to survive that just fine. In fact, they had, well, I don't want to get too far into it, but there were some injuries with the jab that they rolled out prematurely.
Yeah. Wow. Didn't
Yes, it is.
you never would have noticed that. But Ironcaster says Rock'em Sock'em Robots are getting a movie.
What?
I saw that. Is it Vin Diesel?
They made an emoji movie. This surprises anybody?
That's true.
But you did hear about the plans about the crossover with what is it? Pacific Rim and Godzilla. That's the director's main plan, that we might see a crossover with Pacific Rim and Godzilla on the same side.
Okay. Oh, on the same side.
Yeah,
Sure,
fighting
why
the.
not, I guess.
Well, speaking of PJ's documentary, 25th is Anzac Day. Yeah, it is. Happy Anzac Day in New Zealand and Australia. Absolutely.
Not to be confused with Zantac Day. Which is
It's Zantac Day.
Zantacs.
Oh, Zyrtec.
We can now play 6 Degrees of Tom from Midnight's Edge. That's true. The dude's been everywhere. Who has had a stream that Tom has not been on?
Mine about an hour ago.
Did he show up?
No.
Oh, he showed up.
You were
Friday.
there. You were there.
No, Friday. He popped in Friday.
Oh, talking about an hour ago.
That's my point. My point is that I think there's probably nobody in this community that hasn't had Tom involved in a stream they were on. I think that's probably true. Guys,
Tom's great.
The Culture, we can say the same about you.
Why? Huh?
You're on everyone's stream just as much.
I that's true. And what about you, Steven? You too.
Well,
Yes.
I'm just a whore. That's the difference.
Oh,
Wow.
I like make people laugh.
I'm so hungry right now.
Stop looking at my beach towel.
It's a very rainy day here in Northern California, or it's overcast, and I'm like, oh, I want to have some Chinese food, some hot and sour soup.
Oh, chicken balls and sweet and sour sauce wrapped in bacon.
it's raining here too on the East Coast, and now you got me thinking.
Well, I'm so glad you guys could show up today. I really appreciate it. Even though Stacy was late, I'm so glad that she's here.
Wow, guilt trip.
No,
I'm used to it. It's all right.
He does that. He does that. So you'll come next week to make up for not being here earlier. He'll do that.
I only anticipated getting 3, and I got the whole team. I am so blessed. You guys have no idea how excited. Yeah, I'm so happy. I am. And
But when you first threw it out to me, and I invited, I didn't think Pete and Stacy were available today. In fact, I think Pete, you said you were no way available today, but.
Yeah, well, I actually thought
Worked out.
that today was a different Sunday, and
I did too. Sorry, that's
There's
why I was
one
late.
every week. It's kind of weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been having
I
trouble
know
with Sundays
it's just
recently. I'm
What
actually
about that?
at the end of this stream, I'm going to solicit Fat Stevens for some help on some things for next Sunday. So
I've heard that for 4 weeks now. When is that going to happen?
right now, I just said it out loud in front of people. So, but anyway, so Stacy, because you didn't get a chance to talk about the Oscars and you were really chiming in from the peanut gallery, I would love to hear your take on, if it's relevant. Do you care? Is it something you watch? Do you think that we just why are you apathetic? I'm just curious.
In general, this year, or in general, or in this year specifically?
Well, this year specifically, but overall, I mean, obviously, there's been an audience decline. I mean, did it mirror your own? Were you ever interested in the Oscars? I mean,
It's always kind of like it's been something that's not really significant in my life. It's something I definitely I sort of pay attention. I like, it's fun to kind of watch the movies and pick my own winners, but I don't know, seeing rich people like living their best lives, getting awards isn't always my favorite thing to do. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it does give I think it's cool. Like you said, a lot of people haven't seen Parasite, and it kind of got a lot of attention. And I think probably a lot more people did see it because of that. It was nominated and won the Best Picture last year. So I think it can be good, and it can be, I don't know. I've never been a dress up for our Oscar night kind of person, but I find it, I don't know. it's okay.
So if it was on, if you happened to go by it, you would watch it. Otherwise, you weren't necessarily tied into it.
Yeah, like I click back and forth. It's kind of fun to see the people dressed up fancy sometimes, but it doesn't affect my life in any kind of way, Yeah, I'm not gonna make a whole event around it, but
Okay.
You know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, that's Steven is just yeah, okay.
I'm looking for my feed.
Is that like a GTA? What is that?
No, this is called Face Rig. It's a motion capture, so it hooks up to your webcam, and it also is voice sensitive. So the mouth will move when it hears voice, and the webcam actually tracks your head, like the primitive stuff you would see in movie motion capture. So technically, you're seeing my mouth and my whole body move with the character. I keep hitting the microphone. It's driving me nuts.
Oh my goodness.
So you can pair that face rig with the Leap Motion controller, and it can actually track hands too. So,
wow.
Yeah, that takes another step.
Oh.
That's like a Max Headroom. Remember Max Headroom?
Yeah.
Max Headroom.
That was great.
That's one thing I would love to have as an avatar.
Well, you're going to have to solicit somebody for that work. But anyway, as we're starting to wind down, and I want everybody to have a chance to say, great things about themselves, because that's always my favorite part of the show. I would like to point out that Chef Nation won the stream when it comes to food. This probably wins.
Which was my
plan.
but wait a minute. I see the sun coming out.
Yeah.
I might do my strip steak after all.
It looks, yeah.
Where's my invite, Keith? I'm only about 45 minutes away.
Let me touch your steak.
I got one steak, man.
Oh. Looks like I have to stop.
Thank you guys. Thank you to each and every one of you. Those of you out there in the chat, I appreciate you guys. You are absolutely the best. You're wonderful. You support everybody in the community, and I appreciate it. I know everybody here appreciates each and every one of you. Even Fat Steven with the Shiba Inu. So on that note, we're going to start with Fat Steven, since he's a show off right now, and let him do his outro. So let me get to Fat Steven, and there he is. And he's muted.
No, I'm not muted. I'm just being.
You step on the cable again?
Fuck you. Muted myself. I was wrong, but I am Fat Steven. I am always honored to be here with Culture Casino and great people like Geek Time. The chat is awesome. These shows are fantastic. Other than that, I just passed 830 subs after the show today. I am very honored by it happening. You can find me with Lunch Table. You can find me on the Florida Show. You can find me with Ord Sports, with gaming. I do Comic Book Roundtable with Loki. And Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm doing morning gaming streams. Thank you, Culture, for not muting me, kicking me, and soliciting me to someone who cares.
Thanks for being here, Fat Steven. I appreciate you, my friend. And of course, one of my very favorite people, and the guy I think needs to do more content, of course, is my friend Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast, who is also animating something really cool that we got a little bit of a preview to just early. There it is, right there. Wes, take it away, my friend.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on, Culture. Always a pleasure. The Sunday Culture Review is one of my favorite shows. We have an amazing panel today. And of course, we have to have an amazing panel because we do have the best chat on YouTube. I am Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast. You can find me at youtube.com/Wes Moody Webcast, although I'm not sure for how much longer if YouTube keeps this up. I'm also on Odyssey at Wes Moody Webcast, and you can find me at Minds and Twitter there as well. Talk about current events, pop culture, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and I will vlog about whatever the heck I want to because it is my webcast. Hope to see you there, my friends. See ya.
And thank you very much for that, Wes. And I'm going to let our guests play out last. So this is going over to AFK Bard next, who I usually let play out last. AFK, I know you just did the big birthday thing for Thomas. Is there anything coming up that you're working on that you want to let people know about?
No, I don't have anything. There's a package that I've been waiting for to show up, and at some point I will make a real cheap video of me opening it. It's one of my MCU figures that I like to collect. So, yeah. They're Tabashi Nations. I open stuff when I don't do anything cool. I used to do a lot of reviews, but my work schedule's gotten really busy, so I just put things out there once in a while. And I just hang out with people on stream. So maybe you'll see me. I don't know.
Well, I just want to see you do more content. I think you're. I miss it when you are on more, but I understand work in real life gets in the way. So, but thank you for coming on every Sunday. I appreciate that you're here regularly. So, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're beautiful.
It's a blast.
And now, Normie Sue or Stacy.
Well, thanks for calling me out. I'll count this as my one productive thing I did today. So that's a good thing.
Wow.
I've been kicking around the idea of doing kind of a normie ladies' view of movie review. So maybe you all can catch me doing that at some point. But otherwise, you can, I'm with Geek Time guys, and yeah, there you go.
I think it would be great, Stacey, if you did that. I know for sure I'd be there to check it out. But
I've been,
consider that.
I want to see that.
Yeah, see, you got fans here. And then of course
Covered.
we have JuddaBudda who's looking for a hair transplant, I guess.
Please help me.
What happened?
I don't know. Genetics happened, I guess.
I thought you got in a fight with the blender.
Yeah. Let's see. I used to produce a lot more content on GeekTime TV, but I got to keep up with it. But I've done video game and action figure reviews, but we haven't done one in a while. Edson was doing one as well, but I did the Star Wars Squadrons video game. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
Yeah, it's
amazing video. It puts you in the cockpit of an X-wing or an A-wing or a TIE fighter. And I did one action figure review on Pimp Daddy Destro, which is a 6-inch figure released by Hasbro. There's a whole story behind it, but it's a 6-inch figure of Destro with like a leopard Pimp Daddy outfit on.
Oh, cool.
It's a
bizarre story.
What's that?
It's a bizarre story.
Yeah, it's a cool story, but I keep thinking I got to keep up. Life gets in the way, but I'd like to produce a little bit more content like that for GeekTime TV, and I know Keith would like that too. So
that would be awesome. I think. Yeah, you guys, like I said, I mean, I love catching you guys all the time. So yeah, if all of you are doing stuff, that's great.
Yeah.
And thank you for bringing the mascot today, because
Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo.
Did he tell you the story about Mojo?
Yeah.
Oh, no. You got to tell the story, Jude.
Yeah, you got to tell about the kicking story, Mojo.
Yes.
So my friends and I were hiking in the woods up in Mohegan Park around the casino here in Connecticut, Mohegan Sun, and we were in the woods, and it was in October, so there's a lot of leaves on the ground, and we heard a rustle, shh, and this thing ran up to my friend and jumped on his leg and was like, "What the hell is that?" And then it ran away from him and then ran up my leg, and I thought it was like a rabid squirrel, so I kicked it.
Oh, you kicked it!
And it flew like 10 feet away into like a bush. And I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And then it came running back at me again. And then I found out it was a ferret, and I picked it up, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then it must some.
His best friend's.
I was actually going to bring it home and eat it and wrap it in bacon, but I decided to keep it.
Yum.
I heard ferrets don't taste that good. And again, a ferret is an animal. You can't just like bring it to a shelter or something. Like, what the hell do you do with a ferret? So I decided to keep it, and that's how I got this huge tear cage behind me. And
that's awesome.
And now he's our mascot of our channel. So hopefully we'll get some stills with him in maybe superhero outfits or something.
Dude, that's a great story. That's awesome. I'm surprised after the punt the ferret came back, but sometimes they think you're playing when you do it.
Well, I wanted to feel what the other foot was stronger. That's probably what it came back.
So I might invent a game Kick the Ferret, but I don't know. I got to figure that out.
Does it like kick the can? Only different.
Yeah,
okay, well, excellent. Yeah, all right. Well,
you can do a party game. Pin the boot on the ferret.
Nice. Like cornhole with the ferret. We could do that, right?
All right. Well,
put him a little helmet.
That would be interesting. But
just kidding. I love them. Don't call PETA on me, please.
We just got a tweet from PETA.
No. No. Wow. The bacon wrapping thing probably was too far, but
redneck party games. No.
Yeah, that's very redneck. Speaking of somebody who will spoil all of your fun, we have the incredible Spoiler Pete.
I am a animator and an editor, and I got a comic strip on Webtoons. Looks like that, called Bird Brain the Comic Strip. Which, if you go to webtoon.com, look for that. It's a lot of fun. I'm a regular contributor to at least the Geek Time live stream on our Tuesday Night Mayhem.
Which awesome.
And I'm a regular here at Moe's.
Flaming
All right,
Mo.
well,
He needs a flaming
I'm
Mo.
glad that you're there. I'm glad you're there, and thank you for being here, Pete. I appreciate it. And you didn't spoil
absolutely.
anything for anybody, so this has to be unique for you, right? Okay.
I figured I'd be a good boy this time.
All right. Well, we also have yeah, you didn't get anything. But here's Edson's up next, Mr. Delta 6 himself. What's up?
Well, thank you for having me, Culture. This has been great fun. I love all your content. It's really great.
Thank you.
Of course, you can see me on Tuesday Night Madness every week with all the Geek Time people. And Keith and I just started this review of all the James Bond movies with some special guests. That's coming out great. We just did one. We're going to do From Russia with Love soon. And I've done some reviews, and we'll keep doing reviews as life lets me do on mostly comic books. I like to do that. And I'm also long time working on a book, a novel, which I will talk a little bit more about once I finally finish it.
Excellent. I can't wait. That'll be awesome. I hope you get a chance to promote that. And
I hope so too.
But thank you very much for being here, my friend. I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, you guys, all of you are amazing, and of course, then we have a brother in here that we'll bring up next, which is this man here. His name's Keith. He's a GeekTime TV guy, and
take your shirt off.
Yeah. What? No.
Wow, I didn't know there was that kind of a show.
Yeah, he is pretty yoked. He's turning red though. Have you noticed that? All of a sudden, they changed.
On the previous stream I was on, they were planning things for me. And
oh my!
Oh my!
Yeah. All right, Keith, go for it, my man.
So, GeekTime TV was my idea. So, I recruited the wonderful people that just went before me, and just wanted to give them all in a place to congregate, share our thoughts, and also give them all the freedom they want to create to help build some kind of a presence here on the YouTubes. And I think what's really awesome though is that we met people like you a couple months ago, and it just changed our entire trajectory. And I can't thank you and the other people in the community and all the people in the chat. People like Steven and the guys at Pop Culture Minefield and all the people Lorena, who've brought us on their channels and helped give us exposure and made us part of this whole thing. It's really, really awesome. And this morning, Steven had me on, and we had a live stream with someone who was their first time.
Wow.
She'd been bullied by the Twitter mob.
Oh yeah.
And the community coming together to support her and prop her up. And it was really heartwarming. And thank you, Steven, for letting me be part of that. Kaylee, you're out there. Great job, and I can't wait for the next one. So you could find us on all the socials at GeekTimeNet, and we have a website, GeekTimeNetwork.com, that I have to renew by the end of today, or it will go down. They're asking for their money, so I got to pay them. But we do the Tuesday night live stream, which is probably going to move to a different night because Tuesdays become this just log jam of live streams, and I can't get people like you guys to come on. And you drift in late sometimes, but I'd like to have you along for the whole thing. So. Every time I reach out, I'm like, well, I'm kind of busy.
Well, that's one of the things too that I've discovered, and it's why I'm going to start employing people like Fat Steven to help me recruit folks, because we all are terribly busy and we have to look long range. So
and no true words are spoken as trying to balance real life with this. Last week, I was on this job that was 12 hours a day for 5 days and had no time to do anything. So we try to find that happy balance, but. Hey, thanks, Captain April. That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're new, but we're here. So
you're critically undersubbed. You guys have a great dynamic. You work together, and honestly, each one of you is a different mentality that makes one personality. You guys are all great together. Otherwise, I wouldn't be harassing you so much to take your shirt off. I think you're all great. You are all great. Everyone here is great.
Thank you.
Today was an example.
You are great. No, you're great.
No, you're breathtaking. No. You're all breaking taking. Hey, I got a boot.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all of the folks in the chat. You guys are great. John, I'm sorry you just missed a great live stream. Rewind. Watch it again. It's really good. We really had a lot of fun. We only got to cover one subject in depth, and the other one was.
My God!
We gave it a little bit of we are all criminally understand.
Oh my God!
Culture's trying to talk.
It's drafty in here.
Steven, I don't know what I put up with you.
Because everyone's laughing.
We're all
Dude, that's gonna be
mortified,
burned
really.
into
We're
my
just,
head
we're
the whole rest of the day.
hiding it with our laughter.
I'm going to go out of my way and promote the fact that tonight the Welcome to Florida stream is going to be amazing. We are 1 week away from the 2K celebration on Lorena's channel, and that will be something to behold. I can't wait for that. If you haven't by now learned that she'll be doing it in a cheerleader outfit, you just found out. So it will be worth your time. Aside from that, I hope everybody, and I say this every time, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. It really is. And if you're not washing your hands, that's gross. And until next time, bye.